Welcome to the Global Dream. Today we are going to download and install Git version control. If you want to become a web developer or software engineer or software developer, you must use Git version control. Git version control helps us to track the um, task we are doing, and it make easier controlling and also uh, managing our folder structures. Okay, and it also helps us to collaborate with our fellow developers. So Git version control is very useful, and without it we have to spend a lot of times. It saves a lot of times. All right, and we can code faster using Git version control. So I will recommend you uh, to learn Git version control, very important commands. And if you just practice couple of times, you can remember the commands. These are very easy. And actually, you don't need to remember them. If you just keep practicing couple of days, automatically you can remember all of them. So without further ado, let's download and install Git version control. I will just write Git. Git and Git Bash are different. Git Bash, sorry, GitHub and Git Bash. Git Bash is Git version control, and GitHub is um, um, storage where we can store, we can push our uh, programming codes or our uh, task in GitHub, and we can also host our website over there for free. And if you want to hide your um, programming codes, then you have to make it private. If you want to make it private, you have to pay um, some um, money. uh, but for now, we don't need to spend any single dime. Mm, we can use it for free. Let's take Git Bash download, and I believe it is the first one. Just click on Git downloads. If you are using Windows, you will find right at the downloads option. Okay, if you are using Mac, also you will find this download option right here for Macs, for Mac operating system. And if you are using Linux or Unix, you will also see such, the download option right here. So I can download it from here. Just I click on downloads, and it's being downloaded, I believe. Yes, it is. Okay, since I have already downloaded Git version control, so it's showing one inside the parenthesis. Okay, then just click on show in folder. Okay, and it will show in the folder. I have another one. I can take any one. Okay, so I can delete this one and take this one. It will be the same. just double click, or you can also right button and click yes. Then if you want to read it, you can read it, but not necessary. Just click next. Okay, then again click next. It already exists. Would you like to install to that folder anyway? I say yes. And I also uh, keep additional icon on the desktop. Okay, then click next. Again click on next, and I want to change the editor Visual Studio Code as Git's default editor. Since we are using Visual Studio Code, then click on next button. Again, mm, I want to keep the middle one because it is recommended by Git. Okay, then click next. Okay, mm, I can use this one or this one, that doesn't actually matter. I want to keep this one. Then click on next. Please enter valid paths to the peeling executable. We need valid path, so I will use rather this one. Okay, then go for next, and then again we can choose either one. All right, then click on next. You can choose any of these three, but I want to choose this one. Then click on next again, and I will choose the use default window console window. Okay, I want to use it, but you can choose this one too. Click on next, and I want default. Next, and you can use both. I will use this one, Git credential manager. Then enable file system caching or enable symbolic links. You can use any one. Click on next. Then enable experimental support. Mm, Not necessary. I just, or if you want to enable it, you can do it. Install, and Git version control is being installed. All right, so very simple step. Now it might take a couple of seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, and we have to wait uh, until it is 100% installed into our laptop or computer. All right, and I want to show you how we can use this Git version control to create folder and files. It's really more convenient to work with Git version control than working manually creating file. How we create files and folder usually. Usually what we do, we just right button click, then go to new and create folder. Okay, create folder, and we say web developments, right? Say for example tutorials. All right, then what do? We just double click, then we again create folder here. Okay, and we say css Okay, and to create a new file, what we do, we just right button click, then go to new and mm, create text documents, and we write html dot, say for example, index dot html, and we just delete txt. Okay, and what we do, mm, we also create a new file for css inside the css folder. In the same way we create text documents. Okay, and what we do, we say style.css. This way we usually creates our files and folders. Okay, and it takes much longer time. Okay, and then what we do, we go to Visual Studio Code. Okay, then we bring the files and folders here. We can do it several ways actually. We can open folder. Okay, click on open folder, then go to desktop, and desktop we have web development tutorials, click on it, then select folder. Okay, and we are ready to start working with HTML file. Okay, click on it, and usually when we type exclamation sign, mm, exclamation sign and double exclamation sign pop up, and when we just press enter, everything has been auto completed. We get boilerplate or HTML syntax or structure. To get it, I think I have to install a couple of softwares here. Okay, just we have to click here, and we can search here for extensions are some add-ins, some small software, piece of software that helps us to code faster. We can use inmates. Okay, um, inmates live, inmate JSS. I think we have a couple of them. uh, I'm looking for autocomplete. mm, I think this one, let's see. Convert inmate abbreviations to composition of ELM, element functions. Okay, it's being installed. It might take a couple of seconds. Yes, it's done, and now let's check whether it is working. Shift exclamation sign, yes, now it is working. Then just press enter, and all the email boilerplate is here. Just I'll write HTML. Okay, then I can just start writing our code. Welcome. Okay, then save it, right button click, open with live server. Okay, sometimes this also doesn't work. This is live. server, this one, let's uninstall and install again, and reload is required. Okay, unfortunately reload is not working sometimes. I think there is live server, we can install. Okay, there is no option for reload. Mm, live server, so we can check whether it is working or not. Just right button click, open with live server. We can see it's not working. Stop live server. Let's see whether, again, go with open with live server. It's not working. So what we can do, this is Explorer. Okay, so I can just right button click here, open with live server. Since it is not working, we can reveal in File Explorer. Click on it, then just right button click and open with Google Chrome. Here it is. Okay, so this way we can work. It takes much more time. Now let me use Git Bash. I want to launch it. Actually, you can launch many ways. Let me show you the easiest way. Just type here, okay, and just write Git Bash is here. Okay, just double click or press enter. Here is Git Bash. Now what I can do, I can go to cd desktop. Now cd means change directory. I'm telling my Git to go to the desktop of my computer from this Git version control. Okay, so now we are look at the last of this program. uh, Now we are on desktop. Okay, then on desktop we want to make a directory, so I just type uh, mkdir means make directory. Directory means folder. I'm telling Git, okay, to create a directory. uh, let's see whether it is creating or not. Okay, so to check it, we have to be on our desktop. Okay, let me show you. Make directory, and I say development tutorials, for example. And if we look at the look at the desktop, here is development tutorial. I just want to keep it open so that you can see what's going on. Okay, now we are inside the development tutorial, and I want to create folder here. What folder I'm going to create? Actually, I already created development underscore tutorial. So I want to navigate to development underscore tutorial folder. So what I have to do, I have to change directory. Now from desktop, I'm accessing development tutorial, going to development tutorial, inside the development tutorial. So I just write a cd, then development underscore t. If I just press on tab button, Git is so intelligent, it can pick up what I am going to access. Then press enter, and now inside the development tutorial folder we are. Okay, then I want to make another directory inside the development tutorial. Now look, the folder is empty, but I'm telling Git to create, make directory means make a folder. The name of the folder is css, and you say css folder has been created. Okay, now I want to create another folder, and that is assets. In assets usually we assets, we keep images, and here is assets, and we want to create another folder that is jss. Okay, here is jss. Now we want to create a file that is html. To create a file, the command is touch. Okay, to create folder is um, make directory mkdir, but to create a file is touch. I create a file that is index.html. Okay, here is index.html. Now I want to go to inside css folder, so I have to mm, write cd. Command is cd, means change directory. I'm accessing css, and write css, and now I'm inside the css. Okay, how I know? If you double click on css folder, there is nothing right now, but now we are going to create a new file, css file, that is style.css. When I press enter, I see style.css file has been created. Okay, so to go one step, we have to write cd, then the name of the folder. But we want to step back from css folder, we want to go out of the folder. Then we have to type cd dot 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 dot, goes back. You see, now we are out of css folder. Now we are inside of web development underscore tutorial. Now just I write code means Visual Studio Code, and a space, then just mm, type a dot, then press enter, and it will open the Visual Studio Code, and we can see all the files and folders inside this Visual Studio Code. Okay, now I can just go to index.html and type, sorry, it's not here actually, it's here. Okay, shift, then press on exclamation sign, press enter, and we can type h1 tag and say welcome. Okay, so it's really simple and easy. Then how we can link uh, css file with html file? Just we type link, then enter, and this is attribute href, and this is attribute value, and inside the value what we have to do, we have to write the name of the folder is css, and just slash, then just write the file name is style.css, and we are now connected with CSS file and HTML file. Now we can check whether we are connected. Okay, so what we can do, we can go to style.css and uh, take h1 as a CSS selector. We select h1, then just write color is um, crimson. Okay, let's check our website. This is our website, right? Oh, we didn't open it. So what we can do, we can go and just right button click, rebuild in file explorer, then double click. Welcome, it is connected. Wonderful. Okay, if you are following this tutorial for the first time, don't forget to subscribe this YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you can get a notification. Thank you very much. And in the next class, we are going to start learning HTML and CSS and creating our own websites. Okay, so thank you.